Namaste, and welcome back to Harmonious Spaces.
Indeed.
It's hard to believe, but we're already celebrating our 10th episode.
It is.
Feels like just yesterday we started exploring the magic of Vaastu Shastra together.
Time flies when you're immersed in the world of balanced energies.
And as always, a big thank you to SOS Realty for making this journey possible.
Absolutely.
They're not just about finding you a place to live. They're about helping you create a space
Yes.
where good vibes flow as freely as chai at a Punjabi wedding. Creating spaces that are both aesthetically beautiful and energetically aligned is the core of what they do. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future episodes.
Right.
Now, for this special 10th episode, we're diving deep into a topic that's both fundamental to Vastu and often overlooked.
Okay.
Doors and windows.
Interesting.
You might be thinking, aren't those just for keeping the rain out and letting the breeze in?
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, in the world of Vastu, there's so much more than that.
Precisely.
In Vaastu Shastra, doors and windows are considered gateways for prana,
That's right.
the vital life force energy. Think of them like the nostrils of your home, allowing it to breathe and circulate energy.
Yes. I like that.
Okay, that's a pretty vivid image.
It is.
So if my house is feeling a bit stuffy, maybe I need to check if my prana nostrils are clogged. But seriously, what happens if these energy pathways aren't aligned properly?
Well, imagine trying to breathe through a straw.
Okay.
It's going to feel constricted and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Similarly, improper placement of doors and windows can create imbalances in the flow of prana within your home.
And we all know what happens when things are out of balance.
Yes.
From cranky mornings to those pesky financial hiccups, it can affect all aspects of life. So let's start with the VIP of all entrances, the main door.
Okay.
What's the Vastu lowdown on this one?
The main door is like the mukh door, the face of your home. So first impression, the grand welcome. Ideally, it should face one of the auspicious directions, north, east, or northeast.
Ah, so no south-facing doors allowed.
Not ideally, no.
What if I already have one?
Well, there are remedies, of course.
Do I need to call the contractors and start knocking down walls?
Hold your horses. No need for drastic measures just yet. Vastu is about working with what you have and finding solutions.
Okay, good to know.
Even for self-facing doors, there are remedies we can explore later.
Okay.
But first, let's understand why these particular directions are considered so auspicious.
All right, enlighten us. Why all the hype around northeast and northeast?
In Vastu, each direction is associated with certain energies. The north, for instance, is linked to the magnetic pull of the earth and the flow of wealth and opportunities. Think of it like a river of abundance flowing towards your doorstep.
So a north-facing door is like having a direct pipeline to Lakshmi's treasure vault. I like where this is going.
In a way, yes.
Okay.
The east, on the other hand, is connected to the rising sun, symbolizing new beginnings, good health, and spiritual growth.
Makes sense. Who doesn't love waking up to a glorious sunrise and feeling energized for the day ahead? And what about the northeast? The superstar direction we hear so much about.
Ah, yes, the northeast.
Yeah.
The northeast is considered the most sacred direction because it combines the positive energies of both north and east. It's like a power cocktail of auspiciousness. Having a northeast-facing door or even a well-lit northeast corner can invite blessings and positive vibrations into your home.
So if I'm looking for a new place, I should basically be chanting northeast, 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 like a mantra, right?
While that might help, it's important to consider other factors as well, but having a northeast focus is definitely a good starting point. And speaking of starting points, let's talk about the size and placement of the main door.
Yes, let's get specific. Should it be big and bold like a Bollywood film set? Or can I get away with something more subtle and minimalist?
In Vastu, the main door should always be the largest door in the house. It symbolizes an open invitation for positive energy and opportunities to flow in. Think of it like welcoming guests with open arms.
Got it.
You want to make them feel welcomed and comfortable.
So no hobbit-sized doors for my main entrance. Got it. But what about the actual placement? Are there any do's and don'ts in terms of where it's located?
Absolutely. Avoid placing the main door in a corner, as this can restrict the flow of energy. Imagine a VIP guest trying to squeeze through a tiny side entrance. Not a good look.
No cramped entryways for Lakshmi. She deserves the red carpet treatment. And what about having the main door directly aligned with another door? Is that a recipe for an energy clash?
Yes, direct alignment between the main door and another door, like a back door or bathroom door, can create a sort of energy wind tunnel where prana rushes through too quickly without circulating properly.
Okay.
It's like having a leaky tap, you're losing precious energy.
Okay, that makes sense. So no straight line of sight from the main door to other exits. But what if my house already has this alignment? Should I start panicking?
Don't worry, Vaastu always has remedies.
Okay, good.
Simple solutions like using screens or strategically placing furniture can help break the direct alignment and create a more balanced flow of energy. We'll explore these remedies in detail later in the episode. Welcome back to Harmonious Spaces.
Great to be back.
Now, before we dive into common Vastu mistakes,
Right?
let's take a moment to appreciate
Okay.
these doorways and windows as more than just physical structures.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
Think about it. Doors and windows act as filters,
Okay.
not just for air and light,
Uh-huh.
but also for subtle energies.
So, like, if I'm having a bad day and dragging all that negativity back home, my doorway is like, nope, not today, buddy. Leave that baggage outside.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And on the flip side, when you step out with a positive and confident mindset,
Right.
your doorway amplifies that energy,
Uh-huh.
setting you up for success.
Okay, I'm starting to see my doors and windows in a whole new light. They're like energetic bouncers, keeping the bad vibes out and amplifying the good ones. So how do we ensure these energy filters are working at their best? Do I need to, like, sage my doorways every morning?
While smudging can be beneficial, there are simpler everyday practices you can incorporate.
Okay, great.
Firstly, keep them clean and clear of clutter.
Mm,
A cluttered doorway symbolizes a cluttered mind
right.
and can obstruct the flow of positive energy.
So no more piling up shoes and bags by the door. My family's going to love that.
Small changes can make a big difference. And here's another Vastu tip. Placing a threshold or a decorative mat at the entrance
Okay,
can act as an energetic boundary, welcoming in auspicious energies
right.
and preventing negativity from crossing over.
It's like laying down a welcome mat, but for good vibes instead of guests. In India, we often have those beautiful, intricately designed thresholds, sometimes with auspicious symbols or mantras. Are those just for aesthetics, or do they serve a deeper purpose?
They're both beautiful and functional.
Awesome.
In Vastu, those designs and symbols act as energetic imprints, inviting in specific energies and blessings.
Okay.
For instance, a lotus design symbolizes purity and spiritual growth,
Uh-huh.
while a swastika represents prosperity and good fortune.
So it's like setting an intention for the kind of energy you want to welcome into your home. I love that. Now, you mentioned remedies earlier. Let's dive into those. I'm sure many of our listeners are eager to hear about some Vastu quick fixes for common door and window woes.
Absolutely. Let's start with a common issue we see in many Indian homes: doors aligned with less favorable directions.
Yes, the dreaded south-facing door dilemma. What's the best way to neutralize any negative energy associated with those directions? Do I need to repaint my entire house?
Not necessarily. Vastu offers simple and effective remedies.
Okay, great.
For example, adding a torn above the door can help balance the energy.
Hold on, back up a bit. What's a torn? Some of our listeners might not be familiar with that term.
Ah, good point. A toran is a traditional Indian door hanging,
Okay.
usually made with mango leaves, flowers, or other auspicious materials. You often see them adorning entrances during festivals and special occasions.
Right. They add a touch of festivity and beauty to the doorway, but I never knew they had a Vastu significance too.
They do.
Oh,
In Vastu, they're believed to invite good luck and ward off negative energies.
okay.
They act as an energetic filter, purifying the energy that enters your home.
So they're like a beautiful and fragrant shield against bad vibes. I love that. What other remedies are there for those less than ideal door directions?
Another simple remedy is using auspicious markings or symbols on or around the doorframe.
Okay.
For example, you can draw a simple Om symbol or a swastika above the door to invite positive energy.
Okay. That's easy enough. I can definitely handle a bit of DIY Vastu art. What about windows that face, let's say, less than inspiring views, like a brick wall or a neighbor's cluttered balcony?
That's another common problem.
Yeah.
The principle is the same: block the negative view.
Got it.
To prevent negative energy from entering your space,
Okay.
you can use curtains, blinds, or even strategically placed plants to achieve this.
So it's about creating our own little oasis of positive energy,
Mm.
even if the outside world isn't quite as idyllic?
Uh-huh.
I like that. Now, I've noticed that some homes have a lot of doors and windows clustered on one wall, while the opposite wall is practically bare. Is that a Vaastu no-no?
Yes, that can create an imbalance in the flow of energy. Too many openings on one wall can make the energy feel scattered and restless,
Right.
like a hyperactive child running around with no direction.
Okay, I can see how that would be disruptive. But what if you can't exactly add or remove walls to fix this? What's the Vaastu solution?
The key is to balance things out.
Hmm.
If you have a wall with many windows, try adding a mirror to the opposite wall
Okay.
to visually expand the space
Uh-huh.
and create a sense of balance.
Mirrors. They're like the magical multitaskers of the Vaastu world. They reflect light, create space, and now they can balance energy too.
Exactly. And speaking of balance, let's shift our focus to another important aspect of Vastu cross-ventilation.
Cross-ventilation. It's like the ultimate fresh air hack, especially in our hot Indian climate. But does it have a deeper significance in Vastu beyond just keeping things cool?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
In Vastu, cross-ventilation is seen as essential for maintaining a healthy and vibrant flow of prana within a space. It's like the lungs of your home, allowing it to breathe and circulate fresh energy.
It makes you think of those beautiful old homes with their high ceilings and strategically placed windows designed to capture the natural breeze. They were like the OG masters of passive cooling.
Precisely. In traditional Indian architecture, cross-ventilation was a key consideration.
Right.
Homes were designed to maximize airflow, keeping the interiors cool and comfortable even in the hottest months.
It's amazing how they were so in tune with nature and harnessing the elements to create comfortable living spaces. But how can we apply these principles in our modern homes? Most of us don't have the luxury of those spacious old designs.
While we may not have those grand old structures, the principles remain the same.
Okay.
It's about strategically placing windows and doors
Right.
to create a pathway for air to flow through.
Makes sense.
Ideally, you want to have openings on opposite sides of a room, allowing air to enter from one side and exit from the other.
So it's like creating an energy highway, but for fresh air instead of cars.
Exactly. You want to facilitate the movement of air, preventing it from becoming stagnant. Stagnant air is like stagnant energy. It can feel heavy, dull, and can even harbor negative vibes.
Okay, I'm definitely opening up my windows after this. Are there any specific tips for maximizing cross-ventilation? Do I need to hire a wind consultant or something?
No need for a wind consultant.
Right.
Simple things like aligning windows and doors so that they create a direct path for airflow can make a big difference. Even using a fan to direct the flow of air can help.
So it's about being conscious of the flow of air and creating pathways for it to move freely. What about architectural features like skylights or ventilators? Do those play a role in Vastu?
Absolutely. Skylights, for instance, allow hot air to escape through the roof,
Right.
creating an upward draft that draws fresh air in from below.
Okay.
It's like creating a natural chimney effect.
That's so clever. It's like they were hacking the laws of physics to create a more comfortable and energy-efficient home.
Precisely. And remember, even small adjustments can make a big difference. Simply opening windows for a few minutes each day can significantly improve the airflow and energy of your space.
So no more sealed-up homes. We need to let that fresh prana in. And for our listeners who are feeling inspired to give their homes a Vastu makeover, don't forget to subscribe to Harmonious Spaces for more insightful tips and tricks.
Absolutely. And stay tuned for our next segment where we'll delve into a more subtle aspect of Vastu, the energy we bring into our homes through our thoughts, emotions, and actions.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. It's not just about the physical structure. It's also about the energy we cultivate within our homes.
Yeah.
This is going to be good. Welcome back to Harmonious Spaces.
Yes, welcome back.
Now, before we wrap up this episode, I want to touch upon a point you made earlier
Okay.
about how our homes are not just about bricks and mortar,
Right.
but also about the energy we bring into them.
Precisely.
So it's not just about having a north-facing door
Right.
or perfectly symmetrical windows.
Sure.
If I'm walking around with a thundercloud over my head all the time, my house is going to feel like a gloomy monsoon season no matter what.
Well, there's some truth to that.
Oh, no.
Negative thoughts and emotions can create a heavy, stagnant energy that can linger in your home. On the flip side, when you cultivate a positive mindset and engage in activities that bring you joy, your home naturally reflects that vibrancy.
So it's like our homes are giant mood rings,
Yes,
reflecting our inner state.
exactly.
If I want a happy, harmonious home, I need to work on my own inner sunshine first.
Exactly. It's about creating a positive feedback loop
Right.
between your inner world and your outer environment.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be complicated.
Good.
Simple things like starting your day with gratitude, practicing mindfulness, and engaging in activities that nourish your soul can make a huge difference.
It's like sprinkling your home with good vibes instead of incense.
I like that analogy.
Speaking of good vibes,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to a topic that often comes up when discussing Vastu,
Okay.
the use of mirrors. They're like the chameleons of the decor world. They can reflect light, create space,
Yeah.
and now I'm hearing they could even manipulate energy.
Mirrors are indeed powerful tools in Vastu.
Wow.
But like any powerful tool, it's important to use them wisely. Their placement can either enhance positive energy or, if not done properly, disrupt the flow and create imbalances.
Okay, I'm getting a sense that this is a bit more nuanced than just hanging a mirror wherever it looks good.
It is, yes.
Spill the Vastu secrets. What are the do's and don'ts of mirror placement?
One of the biggest no-nos is placing a mirror directly opposite the main entrance.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Remember, the main door is the mouth of the house where energy enters. Having a mirror there would reflect all that positive energy right back out.
It's like inviting Lakshmi over for chai and then slamming the door in her face.
Yeah.
Not very hospitable, is it?
Not at all. You want to invite that auspicious energy in and encourage it to flow freely throughout your home.
Makes sense. What other placements should we avoid?
It's also generally not advisable to place mirrors opposite beds.
Interesting. Why not?
The bedroom should be a sanctuary for rest and rejuvenation. Having a mirror reflecting your image while you sleep can be disruptive to your sleep cycle and create a sense of restlessness.
Interesting. My grandmother always used to say that sleeping with a mirror facing you is bad luck. She said it could even attract spirits. Is there any truth to that, or is that just an old wives' tale?
While I wouldn't necessarily subscribe to the notion of attracting spirits, there's definitely a Vastu principle at play here. Mirrors can amplify energy, so placing one opposite the bed can amplify any restlessness or anxieties you may be feeling, making it harder to fall asleep and get a restful night's sleep.
So it's not about ghosts. It's about energetic disruptions.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So if mirrors are like energy amplifiers, where should we be placing them to maximize the good vibes?
Mirrors are most beneficial in areas where you want to enhance the flow of positive energy
Okay.
or create a sense of spaciousness. For example, placing a mirror on the north or east wall of your living room can amplify the auspicious energies associated with those directions.
So it's like giving those positive vibes a little boost.
Yes.
Like turning up the volume on prosperity and good health.
Precisely. And if you have a small or cramped space, placing a mirror strategically can create an illusion of depth and spaciousness, making it feel more open and inviting.
Mirrors, they're like the pocket knives of interior design. They do it all.
They really do.
But wait, you mentioned the shape of the mirror matters too. Is that right?
Yes, different shapes have different energetic associations in Vastu.
Okay.
Round or oval mirrors, for instance, are believed to promote harmony and balance.
So those are good for like creating a Zen-like atmosphere in my meditation corner.
Precisely.
Okay, cool.
While square or rectangular mirrors are associated with stability and grounding.
So if I'm feeling scattered and unfocused, a square mirror might be just what I need to get my energy grounded.
Exactly. It's about choosing the right shape for the energy you want to cultivate.
This is fascinating stuff. I feel like I'm seeing mirrors and my entire home with fresh eyes.
Ah.
And for our listeners who are feeling inspired to give their homes a Vastu makeover, I want to remind you that you don't have to do this alone. SOS Realty is here to help. They offer personalized Vastu consultations, helping you identify any potential energy imbalances in your home and providing practical solutions to create a more harmonious and prosperous living environment.
That's right.
You can connect with them on LinkedIn for a free consultation. And don't forget to check out the amazing resources and products we've curated for you in the description below. We've handpicked items that can enhance the positive energy and Vastu alignment of your homes.
We have. Well, it looks like we've reached the end of another insightful episode of Harmonious Spaces. As we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a simple but powerful reminder. Creating a harmonious home is not about achieving some perfect state of Vastu alignment. It's an ongoing journey of awareness and intention.
Beautifully said. It's about making conscious choices each day to cultivate a positive and loving energy that nourishes both ourselves and our surroundings.
Exactly. So as you go about your day, take a moment to appreciate the energy of your home. Notice how it feels, how it flows, and what it's inviting into your life. And remember, even small adjustments can make a big difference in creating a space that supports your well-being and aspirations.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Harmonious Spaces. We'll be back soon with more fascinating topics and practical tips to transform your living spaces. Until then, may your homes be filled with positive energy and abundance.
And as always, a friendly reminder that the content of this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. If you have specific concerns or questions, it's always best to consult with a certified Vaastu expert or a qualified professional in the room.